I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. New face for this one's wife? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. When I took a walk through the H.G. Tudor video inbox for the various suggestions that my valuable viewers send to me for videos they would like me to make, I received numerous references, of course, to this one's wife being in Jamaica. Clicking on the links, the first thing that struck me was the picture that was taken with the Jamaican Prime Minister and the way that this one's wife looks. There are a few things to take from that. The first was that she does appear to have banged on the bronzer once again, undoubtedly thinking, well, I'm going to go to Jamaica, there's lots of black people there, so I need to fit in, and thus engages in character trait acquisition by making herself look darker than she actually is, which, of course, raises the question of who really is the racist when they behave that way. Furthermore, what immediately struck me was that she looked different, and it appeared to me that there's been some work around her eyes, possibly with her cheeks as well, and affecting her mouth. In the picture that you can see on screen, it seems to me that whilst we have that fixed rictus grin, she's struggling to achieve it, as if her face is too tight, and there's a definite change about the cheeks and the eyes. Could it be that the reason that she didn't attend the Bell End of Aviation Awards was not because one of the children was ill? After all, it's never stopped her going places before, and they've got a staff, so she could easily palm the kiddie off to the relevant nanny and say, I'm off to talk about aeroplanes and helicopters, you look after him or her. Might it be instead that the reason that she didn't attend was that her face was still settling down, and that's why we haven't seen much of her? That she has been keeping a low profile, not pap-walking in car parks, not turning up with a grinning, gurning rictus grin at events, because she's undertaken some surgery once again. This one's wife is getting older. We all are, but for a somatic narcissist such as she, appearance is hugely important. Remember, she believes herself to be absolutely stunning and beautiful. Now, while she doesn't look like a bag of hammers, there are many more people who are far more attractive than she is, leaving aside her odious personality. The fact is that we've seen what many people believe to be the effects of Ozempic on her frame as she has got skinnier. And for a somatic narcissist, her appearance is important because it's a means by which she utilizes the prime aims through it. She expects people to be wowed by her beauty, so that women cast covetous glances in her direction, thinking, ooh, if only I could look like her. And as always, she thinks that the men are undressing her with their eyes, contemplating, playing some hide the sausage with her. The fact is, that's the delusion, that when somebody might just happen to look her way because she's walking past them, her narcissism interprets that as that person paying attention to her because they are either admiring her or want to be her or want to slip her a crippler. Thus, appearance is important to her because it is one of the primary means by which she asserts control. She needs to provoke a reaction from people as a consequence of her innate beauty. And thus, when the advancements of age come along, this threatens that sense of beauty by causing things to head south, for wrinkles to appear, things to be a bit saggier, etc. There are many people who age gracefully and beautifully, who retain their natural good looks. But so many narcissists go down the route of going under the knife, having fillers, having Botox, having their lips expanded, etc. Sometimes it looks okay. Often it looks horrendous. But it's all done because the maintenance of a supposed physical perfection is axiomatic to the narcissist. It is the primary means by which she asserts control over people, draws fuel from people, possibly even accesses residual benefits. Thus, we know in the past that she's undergone certain treatments. We've seen how she never wears her hair frizzy, even though it's naturally that way. We can see from a simple examination of pictures that she's had some form of rhinoplasty, as her nose has altered. We can see that she has had work done to her cheeks, that there's a clear use of Botox with regard to trying to cause certain wrinkles to disappear. Naturally, she is entitled to do these things. It's her face, it's her body. But the reason that she does this is driven by her narcissism, which tells her, you're beautiful, but you need to stay beautiful, and therefore you need to undergo these procedures. The fact is that when she emerges, it can be seen that something has been done. And this, of course, will then prompt responses. But because this one's wife is largely disliked, the responses are not ones of saying, gosh, she looks really good on that cosmetic surgery. Wow, she looks really stunning. Yeah, great move. Get the number of her surgeon. Instead, it invites commentary about the fact that she's had work done. So, for example, on the subreddit thread, saying this one's wife, they use a full name, as you know I do not, Air Force Gal 9094 posted a picture of this one's wife and Harry and the Prime Minister of Jamaica along with his wife, with the comment, tell me she hasn't had work done without telling me she's had work done. She must really hate herself deep down inside. Well, in actual fact, she doesn't hate herself. This is a common misconception with regard to the narcissist. In actual fact, she loves herself. She thinks she's stunning and beautiful, and having work done is a means of maintaining that. Dr. Igby replies in the thread, she has more Asian-looking eyes than Asian me, and she can barely smile. Agile Structure 7831 responds, now she is 57% Asian. Must have been that Korean spa she said she went to a few years ago, which of course inadvertently Agile Structure is cottoning on to the concept of character trait acquisition. Now of course, this particular thread is not going to be populated by supporters of this one's wife, but the fact that all of these comments demonstrate how obvious it is that she's had work done. My Thoughts Reddit states she's a lot tanner than we've seen her. She must have an agenda for Jamaica. Kitty in the City states she's definitely got work done, is starting to look plastic like scabies. The fox eye look is a dead giveaway, and that's not an effect from makeup. Thus, the response is plenty of challenge fuel for her by talking about the fact that she looks like she's had her jaw shaved and that it looks like there's work done, that her cheeks have been filled in, that she's definitely had something done to the eyes and the nose, etc. Tink Hell points out, this woman recreates her face 4 times a year. Soon she's not going to have enough viable skin left and will be headed down the Michael Jackson route. But I'm sure she'll still find someone to perform her procedures, just like Michael Jackson did. The fact is, she's undoubtedly had some more cosmetic surgery. You can see that. It stands out in the picture. And the reason she does so is because her narcissism dictates that it is appropriate for her to do so to try and maintain what she believes is her radiance and beauty. This all amounts to a new face for this one's wife, and of course, it results in commentary and speculation and more ridicule for her, because that's the position she finds herself in. With very few supporters, everything that she does now will be viewed by the majority of people through the glass lens of ridicule, that they'll find fault with it. With other people who are liked, people will either be supported or given a pass, but not her. She's made this bed, and now she's going to have to lie in it. Cosmetic surgery and all. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.